Olá, pessoal, bom dia a todos e a todas. Como sempre, eu vou pedir para quem puder abrir a câmera. BG, bom dia, você foi o primeiríssimo a abrir a câmera.
Bom dia, bom dia.
Olá, sejam muito bem-vindos e bem-vindas. Claro que a gente sabe que abre a câmera quem puder, tá? Zero obrigação, mas é muito mais legal para quem tá falando aqui, poder ver o rostinho de vocês. Luísa, me dá um alô quando a gente puder começar. Pode começar? Okay, so good morning. I will start in English just to say hello to our special guest, Angelica Cantisani, who understands a little bit of Portuguese, but of course she's going to speak in English. Our part, my part, and Gisele and Victor, we can speak in Portuguese, and then we move to English when it's Angelica's and when it's questions and, I mean, any clarification that we need. So, Angelica, I'll move to Portuguese to say everything that you already know about the partnership we have between Torino and Projeto Paradiso and everything you know by heart. Bom, pessoal, bom dia. Vou fazer essa parte rapidamente em português. Meu nome é Raquel do Vale, eu sou diretora de programas do Projeto Paradiso. Estamos aqui muito felizes hoje porque é uma bolsa nova que a gente vai anunciar, que a gente lançou, né? Essa do Torino Film Lab, o Next Green Narratives. A gente já namora com o Torino fazer essa aproximação por um laboratório que volta para questões de sustentabilidade climáticas. Eles já têm uma iniciativa há algum tempo e o Next Green acontece há 3 anos. Essa é a terceira edição. É, E esse ano finalmente deu certo e vai ser o primeiro de muitos. Nós já temos uma parceria com o Torino desde 2019 para o Script Lab, para o Editing também Lab que eles têm. A gente já apoiou muitas pessoas no Next TV Series. Enfim, é uma longa parceria, então a gente tem consciência e clareza da qualidade do processo que o Torino apresenta. E agora, dessa vez, mais voltada para essas narrativas sustentáveis. E para a gente é ainda mais especial poder. Now I move to English because it's great that Angelica knows that. I'm saying that this year is more special because we have supported this year an initiative with ABRA, the Brazilian Association of Scriptwriters, and Gisele, who is here, Gisele Mirabai, was the researcher responsible for this initiative. We have supported a research called Clima em Cena, Clima on Scene, and it's a deep look on feature films, Brazilian feature films that have worked with, how do I say in English? Green narratives. I mean, who bring the subject and the thematica in their films. And Giselle, of course, can talk a little bit about it. It's online. Thank you very much, Luisa, put here the research. It's a partnership we did with a non-profit organization, Good Energy, from US. They do this research in US from some years, and that's the first time the research is being done after outside US. So here in Brazil, it's the first time. We launched the research last week at COP during COP 30, and it was a great initiative. And then we believe it's really, really crucial and important that we can stimulate more narratives that look for this subject and talking about this subject in our films and stories. So that's we are really happy. So we have the Green Narratives partnership with Torino. We are going to support one Brazilian or one dupla. How do I say dupla in English? One
Team.
duo. Team, yeah, of Brazilian. It's an workshop that's all online. So Angelica will explain better about the process of the workshop. Our support is the fee. So we are going to support 100% of the fee, with 1,700 euros that we are going to support. The person or the duo who is selected for the workshop is also invited to become part of our network, Rede Paradiso de Talentos. So it will be a pleasure to welcome some of you here with us. And I think that's what I would like to start with. I will move now to Angelica, who is going to talk about Torino. It would be great to explain about TFL in general and then to the Green Narratives. And then we move to Gisele and Victor, the duo who did the workshop this year, and they are going to share with us their experience, what they felt about doing that. And I mean, they are here also to answer questions from you. So that's it. Angelica, it's your time.
Thank you, Rachel, and thank you for all of you for being here today. It's a pleasure to be here to present another collaboration with the Projeto Paradiso because, I mean, we have been working together for many years, but it's crucial and really important to work on this topic, new topic together. So to give you a really brief introduction to Torino Film Lab, we are an international lab that combines the training, the funding, and the industry and networking, because we have many activities and each activity has a specific focus. We try to answer the needs of filmmakers, producers, authors, writers from all over the world. But let me say that we have two main groups of workshops and trainings. One are under the group that we call long term. So all the programs that have different workshops during the year and that are 6, 7, 8 months long, and that consists in different workshops plus a final presentation in our meeting event. That is our co-production market that takes place in Turin every year in November. So we just ended that. So we have different long-term workshops: script lab, feature lab, comedy lab, and series lab. And each of them has a specific focus. We have a script lab that is for early development stage feature films, and it's from the treatment to the script. We have a feature lab that is for projects more advanced in the development, and that welcomes team of director and producer and has a specific focus on first and second time directors. After we have comedy lab, that is the new lab we have in this umbrella that is dedicated to comedies, as it's easy to understand, and series lab is dedicated to TV series. So all of them, let's say, that follow the same scheme: 3 residential workshops plus the final event in Turin. On top of that, we have another group of workshops and training programs that we developed and that we call short terms because they are more intensive and they consist in only one workshop, so they are short in time. And we have different workshops, most of them that are held online. That's because, I mean, officially we started because of the pandemic, but after we understood that these kind of programs help us to reach international professionals and as they don't have to travel to Europe to work with us. And we have what we call TFL Next. That is a branch of activity that includes different workshops during the year, focusing on the treatment development for feature films and TV series concept development. So in 2026, we will have 4 workshops. If you are interested, I mean, you can follow our newsletter and you can apply to one of these. But on top of this, we have a branch of activity totally dedicated to sustainability. And in these activities, we have different workshops. Some of them are more dedicated to make a more sustainable production. So we work concretely on production plans. And we have one workshop that is dedicated to working on green narratives, sustainable narratives. And this is the workshop that I'm presenting today. That is Green Narratives. That is reaching its 3rd edition. And this is a workshop that combines the training and the film development. We have 2 calls for applications for this lab because we work with 2 targets. From one side, you can apply with a project in early development stage, a project that needs to talk about sustainability in many and different ways. Sustainability needs to be part of the content, the topic of the project. And also the filmmakers, producers that present the projects needs to have this attitude, this willing to include these themes in their narratives. This is crucial to be part of this workshop. And the workshop is a combination of development. So you work in group with experienced tutors to develop your project, but you will also attend a different master classes, exercise on this topic. So the intent is really to help you to have the tools and the information that will help you to include these dynamics and these themes in your narratives, and after to do the concrete work on your projects. So the workshop consists in three sessions, and in between the sessions, the participants will be asked to work again on their projects. So I can give you the dates of the sessions, even if you can find on our website the full description of the workshop, the dates, and all the material you need to send to submit. So the first session will be from 16th to 20th of March. The second session from 27th of April until the 1st of May, and the third session from 8th to 12th of June. We welcome more than 20 projects per year, and the project can be presented by teams or by individuals, and we can have filmmakers and producers in the team, so up to 2 people per project. One important thing is that the team that applies and that confirm the participation need to join the full lab. So we cannot change the people in the team. This is really important for us, especially because we have this training activity as well, where you will have to attend the master classes. So this is for the projects. But on top of this, we welcome also story editors, people that want to work on sustainability and be trained as story editors. And here again, the 2 targets follow the same sessions, the same workshop. But of course, as you can understand, the goal is a bit different, because if you would like to attend the workshop as a story editor, you don't apply with a project, but you will work on the projects that are part of the lab. And each story editor will be assigned to a group work, and we work together with the tutor in helping the projects in this group. So the story editors will follow the same master classes exercise as the project, but will do a different work. And our way of working is always based on the training and delivering content, but also, as you can understand, on really hands-on work in the group. So we won't teach to the story editors how to which are the right questions to ask. This is not what we want to do, but we will deliver an experience that will help them to concretely understand how to deal with a group with different projects coming from over the world, filmmakers, producers in one group. So this is briefly the overview. As Rachel said, we can welcome one project from Brazil that will be supported by Projeto Paradiso. But of course, all of you, you're welcome to apply. We have different seats. We can have even more projects from Brazil.
Yes. Thank you, Angelica. So it's very important. Of course, there could be more projects from Brazil. In case Torino Film Lab selected more than one, select 2 or 3, or one story editor on a project, only one Brazilian or duo of Brazilian will be supported by our scholarship. So when it happens, what Torino does is they selected 4 or 5, but they say to us who is going to receive our scholarship. So it's very important to have it clear, because unfortunately we cannot afford for more than one scholarship. So that's one thing very important to say. The other thing I would like to say that we are really happy that this year, in 2025, they had as a mentor, Fernanda Polacco, who is a writer, who is part of the Rede Paradiso de Talentos. So later, I think we can talk better about the mentor goals and during the workshop. And we are really happy that Fernanda was with you this year. And before moving to Gisele and Victor, I just would like to mention, I mentioned about the research that we supported, the Clima em Cena, but there is another Brazilian initiative this year that we also support, Observatório Audiovisual Sustentável, that was created by Cinema Verde and Stella Bolina. That's online already. It was also launched at Copy. And if Luisa could then put here the link as well, it would be great. So there are some initiatives that Brazilians are doing that we believe together with the Green Narratives workshop, the observatory, the research, I think it's a movement that could be increased and everybody together could work on that. Now, Gisele and Victor, welcome. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation to be here with us. And what you can tell us about your participation in this initiative.
Okay, thank you, Raquel, very much for the invitation. And it's a very nice to meet you, Angelica. Thank you for your presentation. As Raquel told, I was the researcher of this Clima em Cena that we presented in COP. It was very, very nice. So we are all connected in green thinking. In Brazil, in Observatório Sustentável do Clima, and in our research and in our script writing. And now I'm going to speak in Portuguese to say about my experience. Bom dia, pessoal. Obrigada por terem vindo. Eu e Victor, nós fomos selecionados para a última edição do Green Narratives do Torino Film Lab. Obviamente, ficamos muito felizes, vocês sabem como é. Combinei com o Victor, eu vou falar um pouco de como foi de um modo geral e ele fala um pouco mais do desenvolvimento do nosso projeto dentro do Lab. Como a Angélica explicou, foram 3 módulos e é muito legal este lab específico, porque a gente já começa, eles já dão algum, tipo lições de casa, assim, alguns filmes para a gente assistir, alguns materiais, para a gente entender o que é isso, né? A gente começa vendo um documentário já antes de participar para entender o impacto da crise climática no mundo, o período que nós vivemos, e eles mostraram todos os caminhos onde isso é afetado, os oceanos, a biodiversidade, o aquecimento global, para a gente já entendendo também onde o nosso filme entraria nisso, de certa forma. E aí a gente começou, uma coisa muito interessante foram os especialistas, porque assim, a gente assistia filmes juntos com eles, a gente assistia uma magazine, que foram 4 edições que a gente assistiu juntos e depois tinham os debates. E cada uma dessas edições era a história de alguém de algum lugar do mundo que, através da cultura, do cinema, sobretudo, conseguiu criar um caminho green, assim, um caminho que impactou a sua localidade. Aí a gente teve do Havaí, da Islândia, do Camboja, e o outro eu esqueci, Vitor, depois se você lembrar. Então a gente tinha também esse World Wild, entendendo assim, até para entender o nosso lugar de fala, a nossa questão, né? A nossa história se passa em Minas, dentro de um contexto de monocultura de café, de mineração e monocultura de café. Então a gente conseguiu entender nesse planeta o nosso local de destruição. É triste, mas é meio assim, porque todos os filmes, de certa forma, eles passavam um pouco por isso, assim, por histórias locais que atravessam esses personagens atravessando esses desafios. E aí a gente teve também especialistas de filmes de ficção, também diretores, realizadores que traziam seus filmes e a gente debatia pontos. Por exemplo, a gente pode debater futurismo, entender por que crise climática, a gente sempre fala no futuro, né? Então, entender o que é futurismo, entender ações que já estão acontecendo agora. A gente teve um especialista para falar de futurismo, a gente teve fala sobre distopia e utopia. Quando o especialista veio falar de utopia, ele mostrou reality shows que eles estão fazendo já na Europa de projetos, assim, para construir mundos possíveis. A gente teve uma especialista em ecoansiedade. Aí a gente sempre depois tinha um bate-papo. O seu personagem, ele é um eco-ansioso? O que que ele está vivendo? E a gente podia compartilhar, pessoas do mundo todo compartilhando essas questões. E a gente teve também um painel sobre, que eu acho muito interessante, que passa pelo trabalho do Cinema Verde, da Ariane, que é compreender o impacto da produção nos nossos roteiros. Então, a gente teve números para entender assim, se é necessário que o personagem vá para Paris para dar aquele beijo, por exemplo, né? Então, a gente teve que fazer essa análise do nosso roteiro para ir compreendendo se o que que é ali que está mais e de que forma isso pode estar melhor representado. Então, num overview foi isso, foram 3 módulos, e o último módulo a gente teve o especialista da Climate Spring, que é parceira do Torino Film Lab Green Narratives, que a Climate Spring é uma associação britânica que foca em narrativas verdes, e ele fez especialmente um script doctor assim das apresentações. A gente tinha de 2 a 5 minutos, e ele fez esse feedback. Mas eu acho que agora o Victor pode falar um pouquinho, que eu acho que o que foi mais interessante foram os grupos, que esses 20 participantes são divididos em grupos menores. E a gente tem um mergulho profundo na nossa obra, mas também na obra dos colegas. Acho que o Victor pode falar um pouquinho.
Bom dia a todo mundo. Bom, primeiro agradecer aí ao Torino Film Lab, ao Projeto Paradiso, e foi muito especial, assim, participar desse laboratório. Primeiro, não sei se foi, não sei se foi de propósito ou não, mas o nosso grupo menor, que eles dividem em 4, a gente tinha 4 projetos dentro do nosso grupinho. E todos os projetos eles eram sul-americanos. Então a gente tinha um grau de entendimento, uma força ali do que a gente queria dizer. E isso foi muito legal. Eu não sei o quanto isso foi proposital ou não. E a Fernanda a Fernanda Polacco era a nossa supervisora. Então isso foi muito bom assim para a gente desenvolver, até porque querendo ou não é um conceito um pouco novo, né? Isso de Green Narratives. Então a gente tem que falar de desastre ambiental, a gente tem que falar, não, sobre o que a gente tem que falar. Então ali foi interessante para a gente também definir o que pode ser uma narrativa onde a natureza é um sujeito de direito. Então, analisando os projetos dos outros com esse olhar, né, com essa lente da sustentabilidade, não sei se essa é a palavra correta, mas da urgência, eu acho que é um campo muito produtivo que a gente teve ali. Então, basicamente, a gente saía dessas plenárias, que era em conjunto com todo o grupo, a gente ia depois para esse individual, e a gente tinha também, conforme a gente falava dos projetos, a gente tinha encontros personalizados só com o nosso projeto, com a Fernanda, por exemplo. Então, isso é importante dizer, eles trabalham com argumento. Eu não sei se a Angélica trouxe isso.
No, she said that they apply with a project, but not with the script or
The treatment.
the treatment. Yeah,
Yeah.
the treatment.
Esse ano a gente trabalhou só em cima do argumento. Então não é sobre roteiro, é você ficar ali na história, trazer todos os elementos possíveis que a gente pode dar conta desse elemento narrativo da natureza, assim. Então isso é muito, é um sonho na verdade para a gente que é realizador, você ter 3 módulos com gente que pensa, que vem de outra cultura, que traz. Teve uma menina que trouxe um projeto, né, sobre um tipo de vegetação lá no interior do Chile que a gente desconhecia. E ela fez disso uma história muito linda, um realismo fantástico muito lindo, que influencia a nossa história. E isso é muito legal, a gente também está ali participando com a galera, Porque não é assim, estamos aqui fazendo cinema. Estamos aqui fazendo cinema com esse propósito, com essa missão. Então tá todo mundo tentando olhar para o seu projeto sem perder o foco. E sem perder a maçã, o green. Eu trouxe uma maçã verde aqui para representar essa ideia. Sem perder esse foco mesmo, esse propósito do que estamos falando e sobre o que estamos falando. Cara, então é muito legal, assim, eu fiquei muito feliz, nosso projeto cresceu 300%. No começo virou temos que salvar a natureza, né? Tipo, parecia uma coisa assim, mas aí depois você vai entendendo onde é que isso pode habitar. Uma fala até da Gisele, que falar sobre crise climática pode ser sexy, pode ser divertido, tem que ser, sabe? Pode ser um drama, pode ser o que você quiser, assim, não importa muito. Eu acho que ali o Torino Film Lab, assim, esse programa específico, ele só tenta fazer a gente não perder a oportunidade de falar sobre o que a gente precisa falar nesse momento.
E tem umas questões muito interessantes. O nosso grupo tinha um projeto do Panamá, um do Chile e 2 do Brasil. E é muito interessante, assim, um dos projetos, por exemplo, a gente ficava discutindo como a personagem árvore do filme poderia falar. Então, são discussões muito específicas desse tipo de lab que é muito bom. A gente entendeu também uma coisa muito interessante, inclusive junto com a Fernanda, que foi uma mentora maravilhosa, muito presente, muito efetiva. A gente pôde entender também que coisas, às vezes, que a gente via na plenária geral, elas obviamente são filtradas por um olhar de mundo que nós, enquanto sul-americanos, a gente tinha um outro olhar. E todos nós compartilhávamos isso e a gente podia contribuir de forma muito profunda, conhecendo a nossa realidade, né, em comum. E uma última coisa, eu e Vitor, a gente entrou como diretor, eu sou a roteirista do projeto e Vitor é o diretor. Mas a grande maioria entrava o realizador, né, que pode ser o autor-diretor, ou só o diretor, e o produtor também. Porque quando o projeto ia ser debatido, tinha um dia que o projeto daquela pessoa ia ser debatido. Então, todo mundo lê e fala ponto a ponto, que é muito rico. O produtor vinha também, fazia perguntas de produtor. A gente teve também que fazer atividades lúdicas de desenho, de investigação, então isso foi muito, foi na verdade muito como o Vitor falou, criativo. Para a gente, o nosso projeto realmente cresceu 300%.
Muito bom. I just want to clarify one point that Projeto Paradiso will support a fiction feature film. So only if there is a project involved, we are not going to support if it's a story editor. So without a project, so only with project. I think we are going to have this info more clear in our regulation that's in our website. So it's important to have a project, a fiction project involved, attached. Not sure if someone has some questions in the audience. Please feel free to write or to raise the hand. Angelica, Gisele and Victor, they mention a lot, and Victor mainly, how do I say in English, people, propósito?
Purple.
Propose. Yeah. Do you feel some difference in this lab and others? Because in this lab, there is really a goal, a theme that must be, purpose. Thank you very much, Josefina, purpose. Do you feel a difference in this lab when you compare to others? And what are the advantages or maybe the disadvantages when working with those stories?
No, I think it's totally different. And I think that what Giselle and Victor shows that, I mean, in all our labs, we have this intent to work with other filmmakers, to work on your story, but also to work on the other projects. So we really create this safe space where the participants can trust each other and really work together. But I feel that in this workshop, more than in the others, there is another special commitment that is linked to sustainability, to the willing of having a narrative that can really share different messages that can really help the change of mindset on this. So if you ask me, I mean, I think it's even more powerful what we do in these workshops than in the others. And as they were saying, I mean, the fact of having also some information, some tools to integrate in the development is really useful. So it's not only working on your project, but have some knowledge that can be used also outside the project, outside the workshop, in the daily life. And I think it's really important. But one thing that I forgot to say, but thanks God, I don't remember if Gisele or Victor say that it's also to try to talk about these topics in a different way. Because many times when we talk about the future, it's always about dystopia, or I mean, to have really bad scenario. To work on this kind of narratives will also help to imagine better words, better scenarios, and be more inclusive also in the way we think about our power and our possibilities, no? So, and I think that working together and brainstorming together, it's really a key point here because the more we are, the better it is, especially on this, no?
And Angelica, do you see there is an increase in the number of applications from the first edition to the second, and what do you expect for this third edition?
Totally. I mean, when we started, it was really few projects, but now we receive more and more because I feel that at the beginning, it was perceived as a workshop where you need to talk about sustainability. I mean, or to you add a pressure on you as a filmmaker to include these themes, these topics, the kind of character in your project. But this is not the case because I mean, our tutors and our head of studies, they try to bring you to the solutions, but they never give you answers. The idea is really to give you the tools to include these dynamics in the way you feel that will be worthy for your project.
Great. And regarding the logistics and more operational now, you mentioned the dates, but in terms of hours, because it's online, so it's hard to be so much time online. How does it work?
We tend to do not have a full working day online because we know that it's tough. So we have between 4, 5, maybe 6 hours, no more. And we always try to have it in the middle of the day, European time, so it can be good for all the participants from all over the world. So we try to be between 12 to 4 p.m. That should be your mornings. So maybe
Okay.
you will be asked to start a little bit early in the morning. I think, Giselle, you started around 9, 8 maximum, no?
Yeah, it started like 7:30, but only one day the schedule put us 6 a.m. Do you remember, Victor? But I think it was the first model after they changed it. It was a very nice schedule for us, like from 7 to midday.
Yeah, we try
The-
also. You say, Victor, that you were together with other Americans, but this is sometimes a purpose to organize your schedules because you are coming all from the same time zone. So we don't want to ask you to work really early morning or late in the evening because I mean we know that you are at home and you
Okay.
have also.
I speak in English or Portuguese. I'm a little bit
Let's
lost.
do it. If it's okay, do in English now. It's more a conversation with Angelica. So if it's okay for you, yeah.
No, I would just tell that like it's like around 5 hours per day, but in 1 hour we watch a movie, and after that we have like the plenary, and after that we have like the individual groups. It's very well organized. So we don't feel so much. Uh, I just want to add that.
And it's
And
very nice that we watch the films together. And they
Yes.
were explaining all the time why, and I agree because it was very nice. We watch, and sometimes people were crying together.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we
Angelica,
try to deliver this as well. Yeah.
you have more participants from Europe among those 20 projects, right?
No, No. I have to say that for all the online workshops, we really have participants from all over the world. We had, I think in your workshop, we also had people from Asia, Australia. I mean, they really, it's really difficult for them to attend our workshops in Europe. So let's say that these online workshops are really a good occasion to meet participants really from all over the world. And in this specific topic, I feel that sometimes it's really linked to your continent, to your place of origin. So to work in this context online, we really people coming from really different part of the world is the best way to be as much inclusive as possible.
And regard the language, everything is in English, the films, the discussions. So do you
Everything.
expect a high level in understanding, writing, and speaking English?
High level, I mean, we don't pretend to have a degree in English language. No, the good thing is because you will be asked to read also the other projects, so you need to understand the reading. You need to write your text in English, and all the conversations will be in English. Say so. I mean, there are a few people in the world that are really mother tongue, so we are ready to interpretate, but it's important to speak English. Yeah.
Even in our group that we could speak maybe Spanish, but our script editor was from Croatia.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were speaking English all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Pessoal, do you have questions? Anything you would like to know? That's time. Let's
I have
uh,
one.
go
Uh,
ahead, Bridget.
I I would like to know what is the Torino Lab expect about the projects, because when I read on this call, I think sometimes it's really hard to put in this kind of project in a fiction. I have one, but even that I feel that's hard to think. Oh, it's a green narratives, but what do you expect about the climate and all the things? And I would like to know também to a little bit about Gisele, Victor, about their project and other projects of a participant, because I really like to know more about what kind of projects getting in.
Thank you for your question. I mean, it can be in many ways. I can give you an example. To have projects that talk about migration is to talk about sustainability. To you can have a strong character that has these wishes, that has this willing. So I mean, it can be in different ways. My suggestion is always to try to apply. And after, I mean, in the doubt, it's better to try because it can be linked to the project in many ways. It's not that you need to talk about sustainability, or I mean, it doesn't need to be, as I said before, an horror movie, a dystopian movie talking about a big crisis in the future. It can be in really different ways. And it's really also linked to your intention, and you're willing to talk about these topics, to have a narrative that includes these topics in different way. I mean, you can also show us in a really original way how do you plan to include these topics. So my suggestion is always to try.
Yes, we read only our group projects. I don't remember, Victor, if you can read the all 20. We can read all our group. So there are some similarities, for example, about the destruction of the land and the ghosts and the old ghosts that appear. It was kind of a magical realism, all of them that is in common, but each one different story. For example, one of the projects was about a girl that received a plant for free, and the plant grows so much that becomes a tree inside the apartment, and she wants to plant the tree and she cannot find a place. There's no place for a tree. And then there is this a journey of these girls trying to plant the tree. It's very sensible and soft. We have, for example, this film from Chile that is about the destruction of the landscape, and as the how can I say the tipo as lendas locais, the legends. These magical are dying and fighting because of this. And we have this story of Panama that is the same. A girl that come back from the city and have to visit these ghosts because of the mineration. And Victor, you want to talk about our project? We cannot hear you.
Mute, Victor.
Sorry. Our project is about monoculture and how the deforestation, like they put fire in the forest for monoculture, and how it affects a young teenager. She felt that in her body, if the land is burning, she felt that in her body, and that's our project, like the main thing there. And yeah, right.
Yes, it's a coming of age, and while she has to deal with this menstruations coming and no effect from the parents, and then the same is happening with the forest because the family plants coffee and they want to destroy the small forest to plant more coffee, and it's everything so dry, and she's also dry itself. But it's not like a panfleto, like you have to do this. I think all the films there are so sensible.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
There's a
There is,
question there.
yeah, there is a question here, Angelica. It's for you. Can you see the chat? Would like me to read it? Yeah. Is there a presentation for investors, distributors, etc., at the end of the lab, like a pitching?
No. This is only pure development. So you will only work with the tutors and the head of studies and all the mentors that you will meet, but there is no presentation at the end. So there is no link with the industry in this kind of activities.
Great. And
Our project open to Opera Prima, yes, of course. We all first feature are welcome. Actually, I mean, we are a lab that works more with first and second time directors than with the others. But of course, I mean, you should have some experience in writing and director because, I mean, we are not a school. So the people join our labs, they need to have the basis of writing.
yeah, then it's linked to a question I would like to make to you is when not apply, the decision of applying or not applying, because it's not, let's try, let's see if it works. No, because it takes time from the people who is applying and it takes time from TFL to analyze everything. So if you could say reasons for not applying, what you could list?
Not applying, I mean, maybe if you feel that you are not open to receive feedback or suggestions, new ideas, but you feel that you have done with your project, you don't have to apply. I mean, it's waste of time. If you decided to join this kind of experiences, that is because you feel that you really want to open other doors, you want to empower your project, you are open to receive feedback, suggestions, and ideas, because otherwise it makes no sense. It makes no sense if you feel that also your project is too early to be part of this lab, because otherwise, I mean, it's really risky because again, there will be many open doors, and after maybe it will be difficult to go back to the core of your story. So, I mean, you should be at the right stage of development. Of course, if you don't have a feature film, you have another short or TV series, whatever. So you don't respect the criteria of eligibility. And for the rest, I mean, I feel that if you really feel that you have a project that talks about this, or you have a specific willing to to include this kind of dynamics and the teams in your story, I mean, it's the perfect place to be.
And do you have a preference of projects that already have a producer attached or not?
Most of the projects, they have a producer attached when they apply, but it's also for filmmakers without producer. So we welcome both targets. You can have a producer and the producer can join the lab, or you can be without producer and you do it on your own.
Okay, but do you think, for example, a project that has already something financing development, for example, they have more chances to be selected or not, having some resources or producers?
No,
No.
no, it's
Co-productions? No. Okay.
no, for us it's poor development. So, and we are project based. So if we like the project, I have to say that, I mean, the productive potential comes later. For us, it's better to find the right project at the right stage, and in this case, with the right teams to be part of the selection. Yeah. No, I mean,
Okay.
the productive plan is not an important criteria in this.
Tom Hamburger, do you think it's enough what she said about the stage of the project? Would like to have more details.
More details, please. Like, what would be a good stage of the project, please? Thank you.
Yeah. You need to have a treatment, as we said, so you need to be a more advanced. I recommend if you have already a script, you can decide to join because it's not forbidden. But again, you need to put your script in a corner and be ready to destroy it and restart. So let's say the treatment phase is a really good moment. And my suggestion is also to be fresh in this process, meaning that if you already attended the 10 labs, maybe it's time to go on, to move on, and to not do another lab. So, or
Even
if you feel, sorry.
even if the labs are not green narratives related, like.
No, of course. I mean, this is totally different. You're right. So it's if you feel that you have this specific need, good. But for example, if you attended another lab that it was poor script development, but you feel that your project that this needs new tools, of course, I encourage you. My suggestion was for projects that have been through 10 labs already. I don't feel that we can add more, even if there are these new topics and these new tools, but from the poor development, I think we can't add more.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
There
There
was
are two
something
more
about
questions.
yeah.
Is it possible to apply to both the script editing and Victor Film Lab?
There is no rule that say no, but my suggestion is no.
No.
Because I mean, when you prepare an application, it's a big competition, so you need time to prepare and to explain us which are the key points of your project or your profile to access the selection. So my recommendation is really to work hard on one application because we need to understand your motivations. So if you work on different ones, I mean, it's always try to find an access somehow, But if you show us that you need to access and the reasons why you feel that you can access, I mean, this is really important. Another suggestion that I forgot to give that is really, really important is to do not wait last minute to apply. Be sure that you access our platform before so you can visit the platform, see how it works, see all the fields, because you can start the application and after close it and go back to the application. Okay, so it's not that you once you access you need to do the full application. You can go back to the application. So use the time before, use this time to prepare yourself to apply, and don't wait the last minute because maybe you will have questions to ask. And in the last days, my colleagues are always full of questions and maybe they won't be able to answer you and to help you. So take your time to prepare it and focus on one application.
Okay, great. So let's go to the last question. Are we expected to have visual materials Wow, I said less and I'll have
Yeah.
more too. Can really, would that be important for the application, the visual research when applying?
If you have it, they help a lot. So be sure that you include it because, of course, they help us to better understand what you have in mind in terms of style. And so I encourage you to send this. Fiction projects only, no docufiction, no documentaries, so only feature film. And no hybrid documentary. No. So only feature film because we are a lab that works with narratives. So the fiction part is really important. If you can apply again, of course you can. If you feel that you have another project and you need to work more with us, you're welcome. We have other labs as well, Giselle, if you want. I encourage you to come back. And I think the scholarship program excludes, yeah, everything for fiction
Yeah,
film.
only fiction. And the last
Yeah.
one is from Luisa. If Gisele and Victor want to give tips for the application. Yeah, so I think we have 4 minutes. So I will ask for last inputs that Gisele, Victor, and Angelica would like to give us, and then we close. So if Gisele and Victor could answer Luisa, or if you would like to say something else, go ahead for our last minutes, then we finish with Angelica.
Okay, as Angelica said, we took a long time to fill the application, and I remember we took care about the translation because maybe we think we have a very nice understanding text in Portuguese, but you have to translate and try to understand that other people from other countries will read. So I remember this care we had, and we did a beautiful project. Victor put many images. We would like to transmit the atmosphere of the film, and we realized that all the other projects did the same.
And also, I don't remember, we did a video. We need a
I
video.
guess you
Yeah,
have to fill the application,
we
yeah,
need
with
a
your
Yeah, you have to
video
send a video presentation. Yeah.
and my works, piece of my work. I don't remember if I need to put that too, like a module, a portfolio, a reel. And yeah, I remember that we did like very well, like everything, like all the photos. Uh, I don't know. Like we try. I know sometimes it's frustration. Try this kind of lab because they receive like 1,000 of projects, and we try to do our best, to and we did that. And also we had the producer attached in the project, and yeah,
And
yes,
about the treatment, I agree that if it's in the beginning, because you have to show like I don't remember 5 pages, I don't remember this, but they have to pretty understand the story with the beginning, the development, and the end.
yes,
Okay,
Yeah, this is
great.
really important. I mean, the more you can help us to better understand the project, your intention, your style, the better it is. I always say that it's not important to send a long applications. We don't need words sometimes, but we need the intentions. And the motivation video, I know that nobody likes to do this kind of videos, but they are really important for us to better understand your motivations because, I mean, we are all in the AI area. And it's easier to ask ChatGPT to write a motivation letter. But I mean, that's not what we want because after at the end, we will work with you. So we want to really try to know the people behind the application.
yeah,
Great. Thank you
right.
very much. I think we cover a lot of subjects here. In our call, you can find, and also in TFL website, the email contact to
Yeah.
write with questions to TFL. If you have any questions regarding our scholarship, you can also write to paradiso@ior.org.br. So I think that's it. I'd like to thank you very much, Angelica, for your time and to be
Thank
here with
you.
us.
I have to thank you, and I have to thank you also, Giselle and Victor, for being here and being such good ambassadors for this workshop. I mean, it's I mean, the best to hear that you had a good experience and that it was useful for you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's great. Thank you. Obrigada, Gisele and Victor, for your participation here. Muito obrigada para todos e todas que estiveram aqui com a gente e boa sorte para todos. Bom
Have a
dia.
lovely day.
Tchau.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Ah,
Bye.